Rather apt location, isn't it? This is a museum for all that you and I love and revere. No, today I'm not a taxi driver. No, today I'm not a barber either. I'm just a guy who loves his cars. And I'm going to take you on a ride with me to show you some of the finest cars available on the roads today. On the show today we have a Rolls Royce from Bombay, a man who collects cars as well as enamel signboards, and you shall follow a man of faith with him and his trusty steed, seeing the country. Hallelujah. Okay, first things first. I know, I'm always telling you about people and these exquisite cars that they have. But my friend Gautam Sen looks beyond the cars and the people. And that's exactly what he did when he met Tarun Thakral. A guy who collects cars and other interesting things.
Hi, you're wondering what am I doing coming out of a railway coach. The story this time is not about coaches, still cars, that of Tarun Thakral's. He owns his coach too, and then there are other things that he has which are much more interesting. Let's go in, meet Tarun, and have a look at the other automobilia that he has. Hi Tarun.
Hi Gautam, how are you?
Very fine. Good seeing you, and wow, this is really interesting.
Alright, Gautam, as you see the Castrol sign, the round sign, it belonged to the 30s era. What depicts us that it belonged to the 30s era is the logo, the styling of the writing, and plus the company Wakefield, which is actually trying to sell Castrol products. Prior to our independence, there were many companies in Britain who were making signs and sending it to India.
Okay.
But there were two major Indian companies
We're making it
in Calcutta. One was Bengal Enamel, and one was Sur Enamel.
Sur Enamel.
Yeah. So they were the two major companies. The technology was off there. Mansfield, I don't know if you remember, but was a company based out of US, which actually had a tie-up with an Indian company to manufacture tires. And today, Mansfield, nobody remembers the name, but it is MRF tires. Actually, that's the origin of MRF tires. Again, this tire was not made in India.
So we kept walking and talking. This was quite something else. Tarun has a great collection of cars, but I would not be so wonderfully surprised if it was just cars. I mean, this guy loves all things old, and some of the things in his garage quite literally takes one back in time. With that in mind, we headed to the coach where we discussed more about all of Tarun's fascinations.
Come, let's go inside and have a chat. So I went to Rajasthan by chance actually, and what I saw there was old houses filled with gramophone players, filled with clocks, filled with all kind of interesting things. I actually found very interesting. I had not seen them before. And I started collecting them. And in that trip only I saw an old 1932 Chevy, which actually was in a ramshackle condition. I got that, came back. When that car was done, everybody just freaked out, and so did I, that we have just brought alive a car which was, you know, in a state of gross neglect. And if we can preserve it, and that's how I just started collecting cars, and it just went from 1 to 30 odd that I have there.
Tarun, how did the collection of enamel advertising boards, how did that start? You have a very fine collection of cars and other automobilia. Why specifically that, and how did that happen?
You know, quite honestly, Gautam, I visited the London Museum of Transport. I saw enamel signs beautifully hung up there for the first time. And that's what opened my eyes, or I realized that how not only are the cars important, but how they were advertised at that time. How, you know, what was the technology of advertising, and how companies used to sell their products. So I came back, started looking around, went to Jama Masjid area, and found some. And that actually started collection. Today I have over 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them? Yeah, about 500-600 are pertaining to automobile companies or tire companies or related companies.